What's happening, guys? Welcome back. So now that the Mark 1 is finished, a few little bits still to sort out on it, we've been on the lookout for a new project. I've put the feelers out, spoke to a few different people, put a few posts up. I didn't really know what I was looking for, and I got offered something and on impulse bought it, and it wasn't what I was looking for, and I really don't know what to do with it. So what I bought is a Mark 3 Golf GTI. So yes, I've bought a Mark 3 Golf GTI. But before we get into it and go and have a look around it, I want to talk a little bit about today's video sponsor, Car Vertical. Car Vertical is a great platform for checking the history of vehicles just like this one. Head over to their website, enter the car's registration number or chassis number, and it'll bring up all the information on that vehicle. So on here, we entered the registration number of this Mark 3 Golf, and it's come up to tell us that we've got no mileage discrepancy. It's not been stolen, so there's no theft recorded. It's not been involved in any accidents. It's not got any outstanding finance on the vehicles. Coming down, spotted activity, it tells you information about the vehicle. So when the vehicle was manufactured, when the vehicle was registered, if it's had private number plates put on or taken off the vehicle. And it also gives you the MOT history of the vehicle, and it also comes up and shows you any advisories or reasons that it failed. This being a 25-year-old car, there are a few bits on it. Silly things like brake light bulbs, handbrake not quite adjustment, brakes not quite working correctly, which can be silly little things. There are a few bits on there that have been needed welding, which have been done because on later MOTs they're not on there. And then coming down, it also tells you if the car has been bought or sold and changed ownership. So it's a great service that gives you all the information. Scrolling down to the bottom, these are all the old MOTs and if it's changed hands or whatever. Vehicle usage and ownership restrictions, so it tells you if there's any outstanding finance on the vehicle, if it's been used as a handicap vehicle, driving school car, police vehicle, public transport, rental car, taxi, etc, etc, and it gives you all that information on there. Coming down, stolen vehicle checks. This checks in over 20 countries if the vehicle has any recorded information on this vehicle being stolen, which thankfully there isn't. And then coming down to the bottom, it shows you mileage. So it shows you on a graph the mileage of the vehicle, and this is heading in the right direction. And then it tells you what the mileage of it should be today for the history of the vehicle. And this says it should be 122,000, and we're 107, so we're well under where it should be. Right the way down to the bottom is where it would show you if there was any accident damage. So this is a clean report. If we go through now to an example report which shows you of a damaged one, this one shows you that there's an orange triangle next to mileage, theft and accidents. No outstanding finance though. Tells you where it was made and all that good stuff down there as well. And it tells you it was used as a rental car and it was exported. There's no records found, so they can't find that. And then coming down to the bottom, it shows you that it was stolen. And then down to the bottom, it will show you in the photos. It tells you now where the damage was recorded, and then at the bottom it will show you, if I can find them, the photos of when it was in the auction or in the salvage auction, and showing you how bad the car was. So this would, if the car had been repaired, this might save you from buying a bit of a lemon. So it's a great little service. So head over to carvertical.com using the link in my description. If you click the link in my description, you'll get yourselves a nice little 10% off. Thanks to Car Vertical for sponsoring this episode. Let's get on having a look around this Mark 3 Golf. So yeah, it's a 1997 2-litre 8-valve GTI with about 107, 108,000 miles on the clock. Vento Mark 2 front grille, headlights, bonnet. We've got the original Vento headlights in the car, and we've got some different rear lights for it as well because it's got these crystal ones. But the eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that in one of them shots were 3 little gauges, and the middle one was a boost gauge. And the reason for that is under here. Yes, somebody has bolted a supercharger from an R53 Mini to this 2-litre 8-valve GTI. So that was probably one of the main draws to the car, if you like. It was quite intriguing as to what it'd be like with a supercharger bolted to it. It sounds pretty cool. It does run. It does drive, although not very well. And then it hasn't been set up or anything. But as far as I know, the supercharger's literally just been bolted on. And that's it. So, start it up. It's got a stupid loud exhaust on it. You can hear the supercharger whine. Yeah, it's loud, it's whiny, it's superchargery. It does spin the wheels as well, because I did get a bit of a telling off from the landlord last weekend for running down the yard, wheel spinning. But yeah, the paintwork is a bit tatty. So he's had stickers on it of some sort, if you can see that sort of design that's on it, that we've got the remnants of in the boot here, which is give us some extras for some reason. But then when they've been removed, it's peeled the lacquer off here, it's peeled bits of paint off down here. This side of the car has been painted not very well, and then again when they've taken them off, they've done this here. There's no rot on it from what we can see. We've had a look for it, and I bought it from a mate who's quite well known in the Mark 3 scene as well. He bought it to break, but decided it was too good of a car to break, so it didn't break. Sat in his yard for a few months. I put a post up. He said, "You interested in this?" And I said yes for some reason. Interior is pretty clean. Interior is not really too bad for 97. So what, we're on a 20-odd-year-old car. It isn't that bad. We've got a bit of headliner coming away here, which, to be honest, we might be able to just fix instead of having to put a new one in. It's a bit marked and stained. Dash is pretty clean apart from where someone's put these gauges in. Seats aren't actually too bad. That one's got a bit of wear on the bolster, which is to be expected, really. Rear seats, not too bad. We've got, I think this is a VR6 front splitter to go on the front end as well. And then, like I said, round the back, we've got these aftermarket rear lights. And I've been told these are genuine ones. Don't know, they look a bit smoked to me. But yeah, we've got a few bits to put back on the car. And I think these are Mark 4 wheels, which aren't the nicest in the slightest. And yeah, I just really can't decide what to do with it. Bought it on a bit of a whim. Thought it looked pretty cool, sounded pretty cool. And I'll be honest, it was quite cheap. But I just don't know what to do with it. I've gone around the houses of turning it into a track car, of complete respray and building it into sort of like a show car, to tying it up as it is and selling it on, to taking the supercharger off, putting it back to standard and either building it or cleaning it and selling it on, a bit of paint, a bit of tidying up. I just don't know. I really don't know what to do with the car. So what I want to do is put it to you guys and see what you think I should do with this Mark 3 Golf, because they are a cool car. There's something about them. There's something about them, especially a 3-door in this colour. Yeah. What should we do with it? Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with it, or if you're interested in buying it as it is, hit me up also. Or if you're interested in the supercharger setup, hit me up for that as well. I really, like I say, I just do not know what the heck I'm going to do with this car. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. So, yeah. The car is here. It's sat in the workshop. I'm going away now for a few days to have a bit of a think about what I want to do next and have a bit of a break after the push that we had to get the Mark 1 finished. Yeah. Let me know what you think, because I change my mind at least once every hour of every day that I've had it so far. So we'll leave that one there, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Until next time, enjoy.